All right, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Tobias, self, Shaq. All right, Ivan Toney. All right, first thing with Ivan Toney. Where do you rank Ivan Toney as in the best strikers bracket? I know Haaland's the best, so take him out of the bracket. Where do you rank him?
I'm saying he's top five easy, isn't
Yeah, easy, easy.
he? Top five.
But is he top five by default? By
Yeah, top five because
how bad the
it's
strikers
just
are?
it's terrible because even then you look and be like, where are the strikers?
Strikers
So
terrible.
you look across the board,
Yeah,
and especially in the Premier League now, anyway.
yeah, it's
Like
terrible.
since Kane leaving, especially, I
Yeah,
think
it's
he
done.
just highlighted the lack of strikers really because
Yeah.
everyone used to focus on how good Kane was and the numbers he's pulling up, but when you just draw it back, you realise that there's no real actual strikers left in the Premier League. So
No.
where are they? And the one that we brought well, more so United didn't buy someone, they brought someone untested really. Nunes relatively untested, yeah, he's had his little skin in the Portuguese league. But
Isak looks the real deal. I think he does.
Isaac is
But he
probably
still needs to show.
injuries is what hold
Yeah.
him back, and they have done throughout his career, to be fair.
Yeah.
But if you look at it and you look at what Newcastle actually paid for him, it's looking at a bit of
Yeah,
a
snip.
steal at the minute.
Yeah, it is.
If he can stay injury free, that is. I have him ahead of Toney personally. But the numbers that they're talking about Ivan Toney is crazy. So by default, where does he go?
Tell you the truth, I think Ivan Toney improves all the top four by Man City. I think he improves Liverpool because I think he is an upgrade. If you're going by how since he's come into the Premier League, I think some Liverpool fans think flipping Nunes is the savior. But let's keep it real. If you look at the numbers, I don't care what any Liverpool fan say. I had some debate with some random guy on social media telling me about the starts and how many goal involved. Fuck all that. I don't want to hear that. As a striker, you are judged on goals and goals only. I don't want to hear about assists and goal involvements, all of that rubbish. It's about putting the ball in the net. When we judge strikers like Andy Cole, is how many goals you got. If you ask a young kid and they say to you, "Oh, I'm a striker," what's the next thing you say to them, Tobias?
Yeah, but
How many goals you got? That's what I'm saying.
I know you're saying, but in terms of look at Firmino wasn't judged on that if we use it as an example.
But Tobias, he's not a pure number 9. These are pure number 9.
No,
So
I know you mean.
Nunes is a pure number 9. Ivan Toney's a pure number 9. They are goal scorers. Firmino was really a 10 playing in a false 9 role. He was not a goal getter. These guys are goal getters. So if you're a number 9,
so what we're saying Jesus is
he's a Firmino. He does everything bar score. He's a good player, but he's not a great number 9. He's never been a great number 9. He does everything bar score. He's a coach's dream in a sense of in possession and out possession because the way he holds the ball up, his awareness, his one touch passing round corners, he will harry fullbacks, harry strikers. But one thing what everybody's searching for is can you put the ball in the net? That's what it comes down to as a striker. And for 100 million for Ivan Toney in this day and in this market, I actually think it's worth it because you're guaranteed. You're guaranteed he's going to score goals. Since he stepped foot in the Premier League, he has scored goals and he gets all types of goals. You know, if he gets a penalty, it's a goal. He scores free kicks. He's good in the air. He's got good pace. He holds the ball up. I think he improves Man United. He improves Liverpool. He improves Arsenal, and he improves Chelsea. And he improves Tottenham as well. I think he's better. I think he's an upgrade of Richarlison. I think Son will play out wide. But
I agree, but Tony's got a lot of things working against him. Personally, like I agree with everything you've said. He does improve every team bar the Man Cities, but it's who buys him. You're looking at Ivan Toney, that's 27, probably nearly 28, maybe this year. Where's he been? He spent 2 years in the Prem. What he scored, by default, really unfairly, he's had 6 months off this season. How much he scored last year? Did he pick the 20s?
Yeah, he
maybe.
did. Yeah.
Season before that, low tens.
No, I think it's about close to 15. I swear he got close to 15.
And let's say between 10 and 15 anyway. So 2 seasons in the Premier League, is that automatically giving you... And I'm arguing...
Playing for a Brentford. He's playing for Brentford. He's playing for a team that really doesn't really create the much chances, say, for example, an Arsenal or a Liverpool.
But Ben was doing it at Charlton. So how does it differ?
Well, I just think that era was more of loads of number 9s. I think
is it era or is it styles?
I think it's era because I think if Darren Bent's basically Ivan Toney. I think if he was there, he would should go for that type of price. Maybe he's not worth that price, but in this day and market with the lack of strikers, not just in England but in Europe, really, everyone's searching for one.
But if you go from what I've said, it could be nearly 28. Low experience in the Premier League. Where's he been throughout that time? Commercially, he wouldn't suit a team like United because he doesn't.
But he needs to get rid of that.
Yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying, but this is how they're thinking, isn't it? It's the commercial aspect, and the style that Brentford play. Does it translate elsewhere? Are we going to have another sort of? You can go down the years. Let's say Michael Ricketts. I'm not disrespecting. This just the first name that comes to my head. If you know what I mean, it's just
no, the first Michael Ricketts done it for one season, and literally disappeared. I think since Ivan Toney stepped foot in the Prem, and the thing is, I think me and you called it from ages ago. We've seen Ivan Toney from when he was at Peterborough. We said, you give this guy a chance, he'll score goals. And maybe, Tobias, do you think Premier League clubs need to look down the lower leagues and give these guys a chance? Because what they're doing, they're just waiting for them to come to the Prem. And they've got a reputation of scoring goals. I think in any league, I know it's the lower leagues, but if you're a natural goal scorer, I think it slightly translates into any league because one thing you know what to do is put the ball in the net.
I think for the bigger clubs, it's more of a risk, isn't it? You're looking at how the volume of managers and how it changes. I don't think they can entrust their worth in a lower league player and give him the experience needed. So either way, they'll end up coming in and going on loan. I don't think so. That's not beneficial. That's why they always make their stopgap to like the Brightons, let's say, because it's proven they're going to play good football and they're going to sell you because that's their model. So that's usually the type of the Southamptons previously. That's sort of the method to go to, isn't it? I don't think the bigger teams, even though it makes financial sense to just take the risk at that time. And I think that's probably why Bellingham ended up going to Dortmund, because it was probably the game time he wasn't promised. Yeah. And you look at it now, you're like, how was he not promised that game time?
Mad. It's bonkers.
So crazy. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it was, and that's how they think they'd rather see it than buy it, because then they probably get the commercial aspect as well as where commercially I don't think it fits when you bring them through and they're not the homegrowns like the Rashfords.
So if you look about with Toney, take Man City out of the equation, he's not going to go there. I think Klopp still was going to have faith in Núñez, so he wouldn't go there.
You ain't buying that.
No. And the profile, the age of the player, we won't spend that money.
We say what we want about Núñez, but it's all in add-ons, isn't it? A lot of it's in add-ons.
Yeah, and I think they'll rather, if they're going to spend someone on that type of age, I think he would go for more of a Jared Bowen. I think he loves Bowen, but not forget Liverpool. I don't see him going there. I think he improves Arsenal and he improves Chelsea, but I think if he goes to Chelsea, his career's over.
But I reckon they're the only team that can buy him.
Yeah, I think they're
that will be willing to buy him. That's the only fit I see.
Yeah. And Man United have really got Højlund, so they're going to keep faith in him. So
we're going to keep faith in him, and plus I can't see us spending, because I said the commercial aspect and the money that they're going to want, it doesn't fit. And plus, United tried to go for the younger model. Yeah. In recent years, it's failed, but that's what they've been trying to do. They're yet to buy a ready-made.
So it comes down to Arsenal and Chelsea. I think he improves Arsenal, but does Toney get them to a Premier League title, that's the question. I think if he goes to Chelsea, his career's over. He's getting loads of money, but that club's a mess. But I think if he goes to Arsenal, I think he's an upgrade on Jesus. Jesus is maybe a better all-round footballer, but as a goal-getter, as a natural goal scorer, I think Ivan Toney's better. But the only thing I think is that with Arteta likes his centre forwards pressing from the front, and I think you lose that with Ivan Toney, but you gain more of a goal output. So it's horses for courses, really. But does he win? Does Ivan Toney win Arsenal a title if he goes in January?
It's a risk that Arteta is on Arteta's head, isn't it? You spend 100 on Rice and you spend another 100 on Toney in an insane season, and you don't win nothing.
He's got to deliver.
Then you're putting your job on the line. That's one of those signings, and you're going for broke basically.
Yeah, you are.
I don't see him doing it twice in one season, especially when they've still got Trossard. And I don't know. Everyone forgets about Trossard, and we all talk about Nketiah, and I feel like, well, why Trossard's well equipped to play as a number 9. So I'm not seeing.
It's Arteta.
How is he not getting a game at the minute? Yeah, I don't see that. So, but for the money and everything that we've said, and look, you're looking at £100 million striker that isn't even a regular for his national team.
It's mad.
And he won't be a regular for the national team anytime soon. So you're looking at a striker that could potentially cost 100 million, that could accumulate 25 caps. Right.
He's a 40. You know what? I like Toney. I think he's a £40 million striker, really at max. All right. Last bit. Where does he go? That's the first bit. So first bit, where does he go?
Chelsea. That's the only thing that I don't see anywhere else.
Okay. And if you had to pick a striker, who do you think's better, Ollie Watkins or Ivan Toney?
Ivan Toney.
I'll go Ollie Watkins. I think.
You're going Ollie, yeah?
Yeah, I think he's better.
Don't kill me, bro.
I think he's better because I think Ollie Watkins works harder. I think he runs the channels and still gets the same goal input. And he sets up more goals.
Work again. If they're all round as a player, Ivan Toney's better. Being more effective, like.
I just think
you ain't seeing Ivan Toney getting bullied by anyone.
Yeah, but I don't see Ollie Watkins get bullied by anyone.
I wouldn't
and the thing is, I just think I'm trying to think as a centre half, who would I rather play against? I think I know I'm going to get with Ivan Toney. He's going to hold the ball. He's going to be strong. But I think Ollie Watkins is annoying. He's going to run channels. He's going to chase down.
I love
and he's got to
run channels. Run channels because that means you're not in the box.
Yeah.
Run channels. Go run out there. Run and chase man and do all of that. Enjoy yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
stay away from me.
that means you're not focusing on what you're meant to be doing, and that's scoring goals because your energy's wasted elsewhere. Yeah. Like, what are you running blind channels for? Like, forget that. Effectively, and penalties are worth his weight in gold anyway. Like, his ability to take a penalty away is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Too much composure. So, and he's effective. Like, very effective if you use him right. As Brentford have shown.
100%. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do you think Ivan Toney's worth it? Where do you think he's going to go? Tobias, last word.
Ten Hag in, man.
Love it. In Ten Hag, I trust. We are Real Talk Football TV. We are out.